sports media in general, I think that we've been living on what he did 4 years ago when he beat Mahomes. Like we're just always hyping up, well, he's the only one to beat Mahomes in the playoffs. But that was in
Well,
2021. That
Dylan,
was in
Thank you.
2021.
Thank
Like that
you.
was like almost 5 years ago.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you.
what have you done for me lately, Joe?
That,
Nothing. The last three
see,
years, you
that's what
haven't
I'm
done
talking
anything.
about.
I mean, again, the
4,900
stats
yards,
look good. I
I
know
don't
the
43
care about,
stats
but
look
touchdowns.
John,
good,
you
Jonathan,
always
but
tell me
I don't.
stats are not everything, and then
No,
you
they're
just keep
not.
taking
But I got to be honest with you, man. 4,900 yards in a
That
season
that's
with
very
Jamar.
43
impressive.
I'll
tutties,
just say two
But you're
words:
playing
Jamar
43
from
Chase.
tutties.
behind. Listen, listen,
T.Y.
listen.
Higgins, Jamar
He
Chase.
has the best receiving core. He has the
Oof.
best receiving core, and let's also not forget that would be fine, Jonathan. But I'm holding that against him because when he beat Mahomes, what was it? The tweets, the going at it. He had the cigar. Oh, this isn't Arrowhead. This is Burrowhead. We own you. We own the AFC, and he hasn't been back since. So they
Absolutely.
ran their mouths. They wrote
They
checks
ran,
that they couldn't cash.
he
They wrote
talked
checks that,
his.
yeah, he talked his talk. So no, you don't get a pass. You drop now, Joe. Joe,
That's
you
right,
got to
Joe.
show me. Joe, you got to show me something this year, Joe.
So
He,
by
Your
that,
and you
by
know
that,
credibility is
what,
on the line,
You-
Joe. These are
Michael?
empty calorie stats you're giving us.
You guys keep talking about coaches on the hot seat. Joe wants the bag. He
he
does
Oh,
want
wants
the
back.
bag, right?
he
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 got the
he
bag.
got paid. He
He
got
got
paid,
paid.
right, Jonathan?
Yeah,
He's
he got
paid.
paid. He got
Yeah, he
paid.
Yeah,
got paid.
but
But
the
but
bag comes with a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
And Joe has to play 15 games this year healthy. He has to play 15 games healthy this year. Or I honestly believe that when they go into the draft, because it's going to be a hell of a draft, that he's looking at them drafting a quarterback and their handwriting will be on the wall.
I don't know if they're ever drafting a quarterback.
yeah,
This isn't
Okay.
the Aaron Rodgers,
yeah,
Jordan Love type thing. This isn't the Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers, Jordan Love type thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to
I,
do that.
yeah. I think
But
the
what
only
I
Listen,
will say,
the
what I will say is they're not going to continue to give him his needs and his wants because Joe Burrow. Remember, we have to sign Jamar Chase. Give him the deal. They gave him the deal. We need T Higgins. Give him the deal. They gave him the deal. So he definitely has say in that organization and he has a seat at the table. But it'll get to a point where it's the Aaron Rodgers like your word no longer matters to us because you haven't produced anything. So no, we're going to do what we want to do now, Joe. We're going
I
to
can see
move
that.
on. Yeah, I can see them moving and saying, no,
I can
we're
see
getting
that.
rid of these guys. We're going to focus more on the defense, and we're going to rely on your arm. If you're this big back quarterback who we're paying during this time, probably going to be like well over 65 million a year. So I can see them moving on, not from Joe Burrow, but from him sitting at the table and having say on what the organization does and what direction they move. So yeah,
So I hear I I get it. You know what? I understand it. I'm not a big Joe Burrow fan. However, I do respect, the work. The end result. The end result. I mean, that's 4,900 yards is when you just look at it, that is a hell of a lot of yards to throw for. Even though it's the passing league, I get it. But the 43 tutties, it's hard for me to overlook that. However, I do see that team ultimately saying at some point, if you can't get it done this year, you know what, and they don't make the playoffs, you know what? Hey, Joe, like we got to start making some changes here. I do see that happening. The only take I have with this is I think out of the top 10 quarterbacks that we each have, we'll have Matt Stafford in it. I think Matt Stafford, because of his age, I think honestly that team is going to be looking for a quarterback to
oh,
replace
no
Matt
question.
Stafford.
I don't doubt that.
I
I
I
agree.
just
I
I
agree.
just I don't see it. I am glad to see that no one really had Justin Herbert on that list. Uh,
No, I don't
uh,
see it. He's
absolutely
outside
not.
the top. He's on.
I
He's
He's
outside of the
outside.
top 10. Right. He's
I,
outside.
I I'm glad to see that because I think that you know what, this is a prove it to me league, and I'm quite honestly, I don't think he's actually really proven anything thus far with the hype. You know what, and he has a great head coach as well, or winning head coach. Easily. We'll see how that pans out this year. The other thing I just want to mention is that we mentioned Brock Purdy. Let's keep in mind that you know what, Brock Purdy got the bag this year.
He did,
Okay,
but
so
he earned it.
yeah, I am not going to take that away from Brock. Right,
Right.
Brock bowled his way to a contract. So the only thing I have to say is, when it comes to that, when you get the bag, do you play as hard as you are playing when it comes to get the bag? Like after you got it, do you continue to play like that? Because traditionally what happens is that a guy that gets a payday, you know what, we've seen it time and time again, a guy got a payday and the production isn't up to par.
Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson,
Big time.
Wait,
Big,
Tua
Deshaun
Tua
Watson is my
Tagovailoa.
Tua
he's my
Tagovailoa.
no. Deshaun Watson is my comeback player of the year.
Stop it. I just so that's my biggest thing because I remember the Cardinals gave Kyler Murray the bag after a great season,
He
after a
was the
really
first
good
one to
season,
get paid. Yeah,
and he got broke off. I mean, Joe Burrow got broke off too, right? I mean, you know what, Joe Burrow,
Burrow got broke off. Yeah, after
we
the
haven't seen
Super
Joe
Bowl run.
Burrow. Yeah, I mean, you know what, Jalen Hurts got the bag the year before last. You know what I'm saying? After he got the bag, they go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I think motivations are everything, but I've just seen too many times the guy not be able to get the bag, then get the bag, then not be exactly what they were advertised when they were getting the bag. I'm not saying that it's a fall off because you got the bag, but I've just seen it. It's too coincidental at this point in time. I'm not gonna try to pretend like I know somebody's motivations. But when I look at that list, I mean consensusly we all have the same group of guys pretty much in that list or somewhere floating around, right? So out of that,
I'm the only one that had Dak in that list, and I'm the
well,
only one that had Brock Purdy.
well, Mike would have had Brock Purdy. The chances are, like I
No, he
know,
I would
wouldn't.
have.
Mike,
he
Mike, did you
would have.
finish your list? By the way, did you finish your list?
No, I didn't make a list. I just commented on
Oh,
your
okay,
guys' list.
Yeah, he
If
would have
I
had
okay,
Brock
did make a
Purdy.
list, I definitely would have Brock Purdy at number
yeah,
10. I would
okay.
not. I do not put Justin Herbert in my top 10. I don't put Jared Goff in my top 10.
No, I don't put
Okay. I
Brock
don't think.
Purdy and Dak. Actually, I probably wouldn't have had Dak in there. I would
Wow.
have said but not because he's not good. I would have just said I just need to see what he does this year. I know again he has a high ceiling, but I need him to knock on that door this year and say, "Hey, I'm back," rather than "Don't forget about me."
So
So yeah.
I got a question, Mike, right? Because you said something that kind of stuck, right? So you said, you know what, Joe Burrow ran his mouth after beating Sir Mahomes, right? He
Hmm.
ended up beating him, ran his mouth, right? And since then, it's been you haven't done diddly, right? And so you dinged him down. You dinged him down in your ranking, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So
I
does
I
that
didn't
mean
dig him down in my ranking. I said I like what Dad did. I commend him for that because a lot of people kind of have this tendency to put Joe Burrows in their automatic top 3 or top 4. Some people have him ahead of Lamar, and it's like, how?
no?
And
That's
like,
not gonna
well,
happen.
he's been to it. No, they and their excuse is, well, he's been to a Super Bowl. He's the only one to beat Pat Mahomes, and I'm like, he has.
So
Lamar is a two and a half time MVP. Like,
like
yeah, two
two
and
and
a
a half
half
times.
because we know last year. Come
Two and a
on,
half. Yeah,
two
two
and
and
a
a half
half.
times.
Yeah,
I mean that Lamar wins that game. He's the MVP, by the way.
exactly,
It is
exactly.
Which I think is
shame,
awful that he
shame,
didn't win it, but that's
shame,
just my
shame on
opinion.
his tight end. Shame on his tight
Yeah,
end for missing that.
yeah, that's
Um,
awful.